Hey guys, welcome to another NFL predictions video. Now there is something I will have to say about YouTube a little bit later today. And I have to talk about something going on YouTube. That's later. But anyway, I will let you guys know the info later on because I'm pretty good at letting you guys know some info that you guys really need to fucking know. And I'm not really looking forward to this slow thing here because, I really hate that. I really just hate it when it's slow and wants me to make the video longer. I really hate videos having to be longer just because there's problems and issues with the device that you're trying to record with. Because the majority of the time, if you're trying to record a screen, there's going to be more issues than with a regular camera. The only issues you might have is uploading, but the majority of the time, making the video is the hardest part. But, however, when making vlogs, it's actually the opposite. Making the video is easy. Trying to upload it is harder. I think it's easier, though, when you have screen recorder. So, yeah, as you've pretty much seen, like I pointed out before, every game takes place on 9/11, which actually, that will be the 15-year anniversary of when the, whatever they were, got to celebrate. I'm not fucking worried about the Dolphins fucking playing the Seahawks. I don't give a fucking shit. I don't give a shit. Right, so anyway, let's get into the video here. Seahawks are gonna win that game, like I said yesterday. That's 0-1. 0-2, even though New England doesn't have their starting quarterback. It don't fucking matter, because let's just say this. New England can be really good without him. They just need their star players. I mean, Tom Brady technically counts as one of them, but yeah, we knew since probably the off season, we knew he was going to be missing some playing time because since he didn't serve last year, he didn't serve the 4-game suspension last year for the Deflategate. He will this year. So yeah, but I still think they win 0-2. Cleveland at Miami, that's always a win, so there you go. First win for Miami, 1-2. Miami at Cincinnati, I think they're going to suck this year. Too much to beat Cincinnati. Not overall, do I think the Dolphins are going to completely suck? I don't think they'll completely suck. But I do think they won't be able to beat teams like Cincinnati and teams that good. So teams that do have a chance of going to the playoffs, I do not think the Dolphins are really going to beat those teams a whole lot. Maybe one or two of those playoff teams. And the Chargers, let me tell you, are not one of them. So yeah, after that, after getting their third loss at Cincinnati, which so far, their first 2 games are away, so they win the only home game they've had so far. I'm gonna give Miami the win over Tennessee because, Tennessee's just not that good. They're doing good in the preseason, but I don't think they're gonna beat Miami in the regular season. I won't be surprised if Tennessee does. I think Tennessee will pull the upset against Kansas City, what the Browns can't do. But what I think the Titans will do, I think the Titans are going to beat Kansas City in Kansas City. Because I just think they have a bad game in that game. So that'll affect their record big time, either making them 10-6 or 11-15 like last year. So personally, I think if the Chargers don't do good, it doesn't matter. The Chiefs are going to have a good record anyway. Even at 10-6, I think they could still sweep the division because the Chargers may not be as good as I say. So the Chiefs might win that division. And it makes no sense because we haven't even seen the Dolphins having to play the Chiefs yet. However, the Dolphins in the next game do play the Steelers, and I believe this is where their first home loss comes in. Now, the thing about the Dolphins is they're going to start out tough because their first 4 games are only going to get one home game out of all of them. So, they're already 1-3. They're only going to win their home games. Just in the first 6 weeks, they're only going to win their home games. Those are the only games they'll win. But sadly, Game 6 will be their first home loss of the season when I think Pittsburgh will beat Miami. Like, I think Miami will just be up by a lot, and then Pittsburgh just comes back and wins it. Just like how Miami was sort of down against Pittsburgh and had to come back up when they were down there. So I think Pittsburgh will do reverse, and it's 2-4 for Miami. Okay, I think Buffalo's going to beat Miami twice this year, so there's 2-5. I think this is going to be, I think the Dolphins are going to be good enough to be able to split the game with the Jets. I do not know if they're going to win all of them or not. I haven't done the Jets or the Dolphins, but just to say, since I think the Jets most of the time are going to beat the Dolphins in Miami, I'm going to give the Jets the win in Miami. So there you go, 2-6. First win in a while. They've lost, 3 straight games, and now they're finally going to win one in San Diego. Luckiest win of the season. Congratulations. I think the Chiefs have a chance of winning the division for the first time in a while. I think it's either the Chiefs or the Chargers, with the second place following up as with the team following up as the Raiders. I don't think the Broncos are going to have any chance of winning this division this year. And if the Chargers do horrible in the first 6 games, then I don't think they'll win either. So a lot of people are saying it's between the Raiders and the Chiefs who's going to win the division this year. Because, first of all, the Broncos are just going downhill without Peyton Manning. And then you got the Chargers, who were just overall horrible last year. So you don't know which way to go when it comes to who's going to win the AFC West this year. So I'm giving Miami the win, 3-6. Congratulations, you actually won a game in a while. Miami out of LA, I'm giving them a loss, 3-7. 3-8. No, I know that was a little quick of me to just say San Francisco's going to win that game. But, they did just beat the Chargers coming back up from, 24 to, I don't know, really. They were down, 21 to, they were down 21 to something. They were down behind a lot, and I remember. It was 21 to 9 or something, and came back and won 31 to 21. So I think San Francisco will be capable of beating Miami this year. So that's going to be a loss, 3-8. 3-9 at Baltimore, they lose. 3-10, Arizona's going to whoop their ass. Yeah, so 3-0. No, not 3-11. I'm going to go 4-11 because this is normally the game they would win against the Jets. So I'm going to split them because they normally go to the Jets and win, and then Miami wins at home against the Jets. They lose at home against the Jets and win away against them. So that's 3-11. No, that's freaking... No, that's not 3-11. 4-10. So, yeah, Miami's going to win that game at Buffalo. No, they're not going to win at Buffalo. Hell no. I'm giving Buffalo both wins this year. And depending on whether or not Miami will be able to beat New England at home, I think they do. But if they can't, then they'll be 4-12. But I think they'll be 5-11 this year if they do beat the Patriots. So they're either 4-12 or 5-11. I don't think they're that good. And they got their asses whooped by Dallas in the preseason. Damn. 41-14. And they beat the Falcons. And then they got their asses handed to them against Tennessee. You know what? I'm thinking here, but I don't give a fucking shit. I'm just giving Miami the win. Screw it. So I'm going to say that's going to be the most questionable game, Tennessee and Miami. Because I think I got them about all right. And next, what do you know? A team that's actually going to be facing the Dolphins twice. The Bills. But yeah, of course, in the next video, I'll be doing the Jets and the Patriots. So I'll be letting you guys know my predictions there. And same for always. I just want to know what you guys think of the predictions. If you guys think I'm right, if you guys want to correct me. I did get a Panthers fan on my NFC South video saying the Panthers will be 13-3. I'll give a shout out to him. I'll put his link in the channel. No, I'll actually give that guy props. He's standing up for his team. Now, of course, I don't know if he's really being biased or unbiased about his opinions there, but if he's being unbiased, I'll give him props for that one too, because I'm that kind of person who, will just be bluntly honest about who I think will win, and I won't just favorite certain teams to win each game just because I like the team or I think the team sucks. I won't just say they lose all their games because I don't like them or I love them so much they win every game. You could tell that I'm freaking, a lot of you will probably think, a lot of you will think I'm biased because I put the Steelers at 13-3. I think they're going to be a good team this year. I like the team, but I would probably give them more than freaking 13-3 if I was going to say if I was going to be biased, I would probably put them up as first place in the NFL. Not first place in the NFL, first place in the AFC. Now, to be first place in the NFL, you have to have not only the last draft pick in the NFL draft, but in order to do that, you have to win the Super Bowl. And whoever wins the Super Bowl will get the last draft pick unless it is traded. So, Buffalo at Baltimore, that's already a tough game at home. I'm going to give Baltimore the win over Buffalo. New York Jets at Buffalo Bills, at the Bills. Now, I know that the Bills beat the Jets both times last year. I only think the Bills are only going to beat them one time this year. It's going to be split home and home. So there's a 1-1 record right there. Now, I really think Buffalo might actually be capable of beating Arizona. It is a possibility. I don't think they're going to do it. If they do, barely. But I'm going to give... Now, don't count me wrong if Buffalo does win, because I think Buffalo can win. But the best idea to go with will probably be Arizona, because they were really good last year. I do not think they will be as good as they were last year. Like I said, I have them at 9-7, 10-6, but not making the playoffs. So, now I really don't know who will win the NFC South. I really got to think over that again. I'm probably going to overlook the schedules one time before the 10th of September. So, a week from tomorrow, I need to have all my predictions. I probably need to get all my predictions done by tomorrow. So, maybe Sunday I'll have them all done. I'll make my last video Sunday. So what might help out is if I make the Patriots and the... I don't think it's going to happen, but I think late at night, right before I'm going to go to bed, I'm going to do the Jets and the Patriots. I'll be probably really tired and just give up, but who cares? So the next game is Buffalo at New England. I don't think New England's going to lose that game, even though they have Garoppolo. Now, this is the team with probably the best chance to beat the Patriots without Tom Brady. Along with the Arizona Cardinals, but I don't think they're going to do it. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback. New England couldn't even lose a game in the preseason, but I do believe they did lose to the Giants. I'll find that out later when I do their predictions. And since it's really late in the preseason now, and next week, a week from Sunday will be a week from yesterday will be the official first game of the NFL. So I just want to have I'm not going to count anything Thursday, I'm just going to say that Thursday, I'll just let the first game slide. I need my Super Bowl predictions by frickin', I don't know. I'm just saying they need to be done by the 10th. I might make them earlier. I could make them frickin' Sunday if I wanted to. Maybe even Monday. I don't know. But the earliest I'm going to say I'll make them is probably this Sunday. So, there's let's see, 1 and 3. They're not doing too well. 1 and 4. I think LA is going to do really good this year. So, yeah, 1 and 4. However, I do think they're going to beat San Francisco, which that'll be 2 and 4, 3 and 4. I already did that one. Now I'm actually questioning whether or not I should say New England wins, because New England is just coming from Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh and Buffalo are actually not too far apart. Literally, it would take New England maybe a day to get there after the game, like stay at a hotel for a day. So, what? Buffalo might be 2-3 hours away from Pittsburgh, and that's it. Buffalo really isn't that far from Pittsburgh. I mean, it's in Orchard Park, but I'm pretty sure that's not too far from Pittsburgh. I'm going to say good 2-3 hours, and that might be it. But Buffalo, from where I live, is a good 400-500 miles. And that's just heading off 2-3 states. So, I'm not too far from New York, because I'm in Ohio, so I think New York's only 2-3 states away, so yeah, probably a good 2-3 hours, so New England's not traveling that far, but I'm going to give New England both wins this year. I just think New England's going to be a good team. I mean, if New England loses too many games, I think Pittsburgh's going to be the #1 seed in the NFL. No, why do I keep saying the NFL? The fucking AFC. I have New England as that, but no. It might be Pittsburgh. But I'm giving New England the win right now. 3-5, 3-6, 3-7. Now that's 2 straight hard games. Now I think Buffalo might have one of the hardest schedules as well. I don't think Buffalo has a very easy schedule, because I have them 3-7 right now, and I think they lose to Jacksonville, so that's 3-8. Unless they can beat Jacksonville, I will question that if they will lose to Jacksonville. I'm going by last year, though, just saying that Jacksonville will win. I think they'll do better, and I think Jacksonville will have that win over Buffalo, even though they might have a shitty record. Now, I think it'll take the Jaguars a good 2 years, because they haven't been to the playoffs yet. And they haven't been to the playoffs yet as a football team, so hopefully they'll do that in the next couple of years or so if they can get better. I think they'll be able to beat teams like Buffalo for sure, so I'm just going to give Jacksonville the win. But I'm questioning it. I'm not going to for sure say that Jacksonville all of a sudden just wins and they're better than everyone else. No, that's not how that works. I'm just assuming Jacksonville will probably win. That's my guess. And when's their bye week? They have a really good bye week. They have a bye week in week 10. Probably one of the best bye weeks you can have. Somewhere in between week 6 and 8. Not 6 and 8. I say somewhere in between 8 and 10. No, I meant between 6 and 10, but I mean 8 and 10. Anywhere in between weeks 8 and 10 is probably a good bye week. I wouldn't even question week 11 or 12 being bad bye weeks. But yeah, they're going to lose, and then they go to Oakland. I think they lose. I think they have a chance there too, but no. Now, at this rate, they've already lost 7 games, so I mean, they'd have to win the rest of these games against some tough teams. So they lost to Washington. They got their asses whooped by Detroit. They fucking whooped New York, and then they just barely lost to Indianapolis. So let me think. The only team that whooped their ass was Detroit. Okay, so let's go back up. Raiders, I think that's a loss, 3-9. I'm gonna say Pittsburgh wins this, but I won't doubt if Buffalo does win. So that's 3-10, 4-10, 5-10, and 5-11. So unless Buffalo can win in New York, I think unless they can win at certain areas, so I believe the best record they will do is 8-8. So anywhere in between 5-11 and 8-8, I believe will be their record. So here's our preseason games down here. That's all I had for this video, guys. If you guys think a certain team, personally, I'd like to hear what you guys think. Now, since we only got 3 videos left after this, I'd really love to know what you guys have the other teams in other divisions at. Like, if you guys have freaking... So I'm going to say right now, if you guys have a certain team at a certain record, if you guys could just let me know the winner of every division at what record, that would be awesome. Even make a video on it, and I might give you a shout-out. You know what? I'm going to do a shout-out contest. The polls are going to open up on Twitter, alright? So if you don't want to let me know on Twitter, let me know on YouTube in the comments. Later tonight on Twitter, I'm going to get in the polls. I'm going to make a poll for you guys. I want you guys to make your predictions on the NFL teams. I want you guys to predict each record. And I want you to get... If you guys want to, I'm just going to let you predict or look at the schedule or whatever, or certain divisions, what team's going to win and who. And if you're right, I will give you a shout-out. Now, this is actually my little bracket here to determine who's going to get a shout-out. Now, I think you guys are going to, I think you guys are going to have some good answers if you want to do this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some polls on Twitter to let you guys vote. If you don't have Twitter, get it now. I'm going to let you guys vote for which teams you think are going to go to the Super Bowl and see which teams are going to make the playoffs and all that. So I am going to put every team I put in the division. I'm going to put each team from every division. I want you guys to vote for each team from that division or something like that. You know what? I think that's a little too complicated. I just want you guys to do this on your own. I want the winner of each division and which teams are going to go to the playoffs and all that, and what teams are going to win the playoffs. So just tell me the 12 teams that win and everything like that. Get it right, and this will be a shout-out contest too. So if multiple people get it right, then this is kind of a shout-out contest, but you see, all you have to do is guess the teams right. So if you just get lucky, you are going to get a shout-out. So I'm hoping to give maybe 3 to 5 people a shout-out. Like, I'm going to say, even if you don't get the Super Bowl team right, if you at least get 2 out of all the freaking games. So there's probably a good 6 games in the playoffs. If you can at least get 2 out of the 6, you might get a shout-out. If you can predict the teams, predict their records right, and get 2 of their games right, you will for sure get a shout-out. So I hope to see you guys watch the next videos. Please like these because they're, for NFL fans, football fans, I'd really love you guys to like these videos. And I'd love you guys to be a little more interactive, not only on YouTube, but on Twitter, too. So, that is all I have for this video, and I might see you guys later.